back again with another video. Still quarantined and things develop. I mean, every day I feel like I talk to you all, so much changes from the day before. Today they just announced I'm in Michigan, just to let you guys know if you're new to the channel. Go ahead and you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now. Hit the like, subscribe button on my page and hit that notification button so you can be notified whenever my show drops or whenever I have a new episode. But anyways, we're here in Michigan, and just today they finally announced, because I say finally because I knew this was coming almost a month ago, but they finally announced that they kids are not returning to school this year, that the remainder of the school year will be taught virtually. So today is April 2nd. Tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. But today is April 2nd, and in Michigan at least, they have decided that the students will not return to school this school year, which means that we will have to teach virtually, parents. And to be honest, I have like a little bit of anxiety about it. And it's not even about my job. Thank God my job has given us so much grace through this. They are so understanding and they work with us so well. And, but it's just the anxiety of like your kids with you. I mean, it's a blessing, like working from home with your kids, right? But the fact that like you can't go anywhere and it's about to be summer and we've already been cooped up in our homes all winter long, and it's about to move into the nicest season of the year from our state. And we're going to be in our homes with our kids and working still and stressed, because I really do feel like the impact of all of this is going to be far greater than we could ever imagine. As a conspiracy theorist, which I would say really means a truth seeker, I don't even use the term conspiracy theorist to describe myself. I say truth seeker. I say that ever since I was a kid, I wanted to find the truth about things. And I felt like a lot of this was like a mirage and like a facade, and I could see through a lot of the BS in the world, even from a young age. And so I definitely feel like the impact of this is far greater. I feel like, we've had a lot of breadcrumbs, any of us, of the like conspiracy theorist community or the truth seeking community. There's been breadcrumbs in novels and books and New World Order things and all these things that, so wow, but it's crazy. Like, I mean, we are literally living some dystopian novel or something. It's insane what's happening right now on all levels. And so I do feel like the impact will be far greater than we can imagine right now. I feel like, in terms of my family, like hopefully we have prepared enough financially and things like that to be able to withstand something like this happening. I do feel like we have, and I feel confident in that. But I do worry about people who are like already have been laid off because of this, who have already had to file for unemployment because of this, who, I feel for the kids that are and women and men and whoever in like abusive households. And it's just like being an empath, like I feel for so many people right now. So it's hard for me to just feel normal. It's just like so much. I feel so much right now. Does that make sense? Like there's so many feelings right now. It's almost hard to like. So it's like all those feelings on top of the fact that now you're faced with, as a parent, like I'm faced with raising my kids. I also have a 7-month-old. So taking care of my kids and managing my feelings. And my husband is working from home too. My husband's an engineer. So he's working from home too, and his job is pretty demanding and all over the place right now, like most industries, just trying to figure things out, and so I just feel a lot today, with that. I knew it was coming. Like I said, I told my friends, I told family, I was like, oh, they're not going back to school. I can see like I see future. I'm a future forward thinker, so I can usually see things really quick, which is why I use the term EbsKnowsBest, because typically I am like 99.9% usually on it, correct, but I will say easily when I'm wrong, but I'm usually never strong and wrong. Like I'm usually pretty much on point with what I say, and I get these feelings and I go with those feelings, and my feelings are usually right. I have really strong feelings and intuitions about things, and that the school not happening was one of them really early on. Just like I knew this would be really bad really early on when people were laughing at me out in public with my mask on, with my gloves on, like a month ago, and now fast forward a month later and look where we are. Michigan is now like number one of the top places in the country for this right now, and it's spreading like wildfire. And there, I mean, which honestly though, it's what I think it's like the high. I think it got up to like 60 something degrees today, and you couldn't tell. People are outside frolicking. Too brave for me. Outside, I saw my neighbors next door, my neighbor and the neighbor across the street, throwing a ball back and forth. And I'm thinking like all that, like, so you're gonna catch the ball. So if one of you all has it, y'all are just passing a ball back and forth with germs. Too brave, too trustworthy for me. I even had on my daughter's birthday, like I said, her birthday's tomorrow, and I had her friend wanted to drop off a gift, and we had to do the whole like distant thing, socially distant thing in the driveway. I'm not playing around with it, because I really, honestly, a part of me really believes that, because every day is something new. Like now they're saying like, oh, well, it is airborne. You can get it from breathing or talking. Like what? So every day it's just some new development that makes me feel less trustworthy about what I'm hearing from officials. And it's just a really scary time. But, you know, all you can do is, like, protect yourself, be positive, don't be a fool. You know, don't try to prove a point, be the example, because I do feel like there's a lot they're not telling us. And I feel like that's why there's such an urgency to, like, get us these stimulus checks and all that. I question all that. I question all the urgency and all of that behind it. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they came out, like, a month later or even tomorrow and we're like, oh, you know, it was something that was sprayed or unleashed on our environment. I don't know. I like to keep these things. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but if you know, you know. You know, people who know probably feel my energy of where I'm going in terms of my train of thought. But today's video is not about all this, but I did want to touch base about that. Today's video is about how can we make the most of this divine time? Because even though this is a crazy time, right here in Detroit, it's hard to even like, it's crazy because I've known so many people this week, not directly close to me, but family members or friends, etc., who have passed away from this horrible virus. So it's hard, but I do want to like do something, you know, put out something to give people kind of like another way to look at this time and look at it kind of as a divine time. And I know we see a lot. I do want to point out the fact that online right now, a lot of us aren't overloaded with like all the things we should be doing while we're quarantined, right? But I do want to say to those of you all that feel like, wow, like you've been working since you were probably like a teenager in high school, and this is like the first break you've ever had in life. Even if you're working from home, like it's the first time you've been able to like even really like be home. You know, it's okay to be still during this time too. It's okay to like chill for a minute. It's okay to like really unplug for a minute and not hop on the TikTok and hop on the social media and the video chats and the Zoom chats and the happy hour virtual chats and the work virtual chats. Like that can be a lot too. I'm a person who, like I said, I'm all about internet wellness, balancing, living in harmony with it. So for me, and also being an introvert, you know, that can be a lot too. So, you know, that's okay too. But whatever it is, just recognize that this is a divine time. And if you make it out of this period alive and healthy, that it's a time where a lot can be created, a lot can be built, or a lot can just be reset in yourself. Some of us really need to just take the time to fall back in love with ourselves, do things that we actually enjoy. All those things are possibilities. But I want to get into like kind of just more things to do outside the box. I'm coming from a space of, you know, I have, you know, 2 kids, husband, 2 dogs, so it's a busy household. So I'm always looking for ways to make the most of this time, because I do realize that if it wasn't for this happening, I would never get this time with my kids, and I'm never probably going to get it again once this is over. So I do cherish it. I also look at it as a time where a lot of things will be reset that probably needed to be reset. I think a lot of things in our society were not sustainable as they were. And so I think this is a time where we have to take stock and some things are going to be reset. And I'm hopeful, and optimistic that it's for the better. So anyways, some things to do to make the most of this time. If you want to be still, be still. That's the first thing. If you need to be still, be still. If you need to meditate, get inward, dive inward, read some books, get some self-help literature, all that kind of stuff. Work on yourself, becoming a better person. I think that's dope. I think that's something great to do. Number 2 on my list, learn a new skill. I'm all about leveraging these skill sets. Well, some of us need to gain some skills to leverage, or some of us need to just hone some skills that we have, like maybe just get like a certificate or a little bit professional training on some of the skills that we have. For example, even when I went back to Specs Howard, now some people might say, like, did you really have to go? Well, yeah, even though I was a good communicator, even though I had, freelance and wrote articles before and had published articles and published works and did all these things with social media and all these things, I, still felt like I needed kind of like a little bit of professional, like just, to hone out those skills, to really like, package it better, to learn how to package myself better. And so it really benefited me. Shout out to Specs Howard. But yeah, like gain a new skill. And the awesome thing is there are so many free websites, like courses, like online universities, etc., offering free courses and free curriculums. I know Coursera, spelled Coursera, I believe. They have tons of free ones. I actually shared that on my Sisters with Vision page. If you want to become a member and you're a woman of color, the link will be down in the comments below. You can see that and just go ahead and like it on Facebook and join the group on Facebook. But Coursera is offering free courses. I mean, you could do language courses. You could do professional development courses tailored to your career. I mean, literally the sky is the limit. Coding, whatever. If you have been sitting around and thinking like, wow, I always wanted to try this, or this is something I was always waiting on the right time to do. Well, they're offering them for free. Now, I was told that you do have to pay for like the certificate and whatnot. Like there is a certificate fee, and I don't know what that is. But I will say that there are new free courses, and I know that's just one of the many that are being offered right now. So do a quick Google search and maybe find like some free courses and things like that. Something that you've been wanting to try, you just haven't had the time. Well, now you might have the time. 2, or a hobby or a craft, learning a new hobby or a craft. Thanks to YouTube, you can learn almost anything. And I always like to live in like the tech positive realm. Like you literally can learn anything thanks to YouTube, thanks to social media, thanks to just all our resources that we have right in front of us, right in our disposal. So I really say take advantage of that. And the most important thing right now we should be doing, especially if you are of the community, meaning a Black person of the African American community, really take this time not only to be teaching your students what the teacher wants you to teach them and keeping them up with all their lessons and learning all this homeschooling thing. That's one thing. But we have a divine opportunity right now, too, to really delve into some Black history, real Black history with our kids. And some of the parents out here aren't really woke and don't really know their history. So it's a time, again, when I went back to learning as a family, doing things as a family, this is a great time to start doing those things as a family, really learning about your Black history, looking up like Dr. Claude Anderson, Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Ben, Dr. Boyce Watkins, Powernomics, all of those things, medical apartheid, Dr. Francis Cress Welsling, all these amazing people, authors that we have in our community. 'Tis the season to introduce your children to them. 'Tis the season to introduce your children to, I don't care what you say about Umar and Nasheed, whatever. The First Hidden Colors is fantastic. A well done piece of work to introduce you to what they have been hiding from us. So let's really like explore Black history. YouTube is your friend when it comes to that. There are so many resources on here. PBS even, I think, has some amazing resources when it comes to teaching and educating your kids about Black history. And they have a component for the whole homeschooling thing that's happening right now, with like, I know the other day they had like African civilizations on, and they have like a whole homeschool component for like middle school, high school kids. So take stock, do the work. Like, we're all gonna be here together, and we have never been around each other this much. No one's been around their family this much, people in their family this much as we are about to right now. So it's the perfect time to learn a skill together as a family, whether that's like cooking a dish, like a new family recipe. Maybe, one thing that I'm doing with my daughter, my husband and I said we're gonna do is, I mean, it's not a skill as a family, I guess. Maybe I'll get to that in a minute. But learning a family skill, maybe it's even gardening, maybe it's like painting, maybe it's whatever, the sky's the limit. But doing something, learning something as a family, studying things as a family, I think are all awesome things to do. Sky's the limit, like I say, guys. Number 3, a vision board. I think, yeah, we always talk about doing personal vision boards, but since a lot of us are together as a family or even an individual, I think now is a great time to do a vision board, because let me tell you, after this is over, a lot of us are going to have to really be rebuilding and recreating, and really need to get in that mindset of being innovators and creators right now. I really feel like this is the time, 'tis the season for the creators and the innovators to really rise up, because it is our time, because a lot of stuff is going to be reset, and it's going to be ready and ripened for a new rebirth. So yes, I just want to say vision boards I think are great. And as a family, you can do a family vision board together. Like, why not have a vision board like, what do we want to accomplish as a family? What are some things that we want to do together as a family? Where are some places we want to go? What are some things we want to buy? Again, passion and prosperity. That should drive you. Your goals should always be following your bliss and following prosperity. That's what I believe. I think that's how we're meant to live. I don't think we're meant to struggle. That's just my opinion. Creating a YouTube channel. Hello, like, why not? And honestly, I've really like been tardy to the YouTube party as well. Like, just because I've been so busy. I'm a really busy person. In addition to all of these other things, I do a lot. And I like to be like a very present parent. So there's that part too. But I think creating a YouTube channel is a great idea. Even if you don't share it with anyone, make it public. I think that even if you're just talking about your family history, reading books, sharing things that you like, something to document that you were here during this time, I think is important. I thought it was important before, but I really thought like now, like, whew, we could be out of here in a minute. Like, let me document so that at least my future, hopefully grandchildren maybe, will know who their grandmother, great-great-great-great-grandmother or whatever was. I think this is like a divine time. Like, when else have we had the opportunity to really, each and every one of us has the opportunity to document our perspective of what's happening. There's no Anne, you don't need to leave a journal like Anne Frank was writing in the attic. Imagine if we could see Anne Frank on YouTube. It could be you. I don't know. I'm not saying Anne Frank, and I don't want to even juxtapose that. I'm just using her as an example of someone who had a journal, like a diary, and we went back and, years later, that's how we know a lot about what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, moving on. Purging and donating. Purge. This is a note to self. I'm saying this to say to myself because I need to purge and donate. My closet is still a mess. And hopefully I'll get to that maybe this weekend. But I really think purging and donating. Now, it's sketchy because I don't even know if the donation places are picking up. But I do see a lot of, like, maybe not like the larger donation companies. But I do know a lot of, like, local community, like nonprofits, etc. I know at least in my community are still collecting donations and are searching for them. So, maybe reach out to, like, your youth assistance programs, YMCAs, whatever's in your area locally. Card games. I'm teaching my daughter how to play tonk and spades. It's a goal. We forget, certain things, like, I just knew how, I take for granted, like, I was born in, like, the 80s, so it was just certain things I knew, and I realized, like, my kid is, like, really, first of all, she's really suburban. Like, I'm suburban, but she's really suburban, and, she's just grown up in a totally different environment than I did, so we need to really intentionally teach my daughter how to play tonk with spunk and how to play spades. It's a goal. Those are some things that I definitely want to do while I'm home, and I encourage you all to do. But just, like, taking it back to the old school, like, really, I think a lot of us just have to remember, like, what did we do before all of this tech and social media and internet and all this, like, just took over our lives? What did we do? I see my shirt. The internet never forgets. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about today, pretty much. Just making the most of this divine time. Don't letting it go to waste. Even though it's important to be cautious, try your best to unplug. And also look for distractions. I am welcoming some distractions. Like right now, I'm watching Little Fires Everywhere. Of course, Tiger King. Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. Anyways, all that. You cool cats and kittens. How did she say it? Whatever. Anyway, she's so funny to me. Carol Baskin. Hilarious. But yeah, I'm watching Little Fires Everywhere. Watch Tiger King and like that's old to me because I watched it like probably day one it came out. I do watch The Sinner, but I'm really not feeling it this season. The Sinner comes on, I think like USA Network. It's a little too dark almost this season. What else am I tuning? Oh, my real exciting, the Welcome Distraction. I'm super excited about that. Even my husband is like kind of into now because it's like anything, like we tap into news. Like I'll check in the morning, but then I'm like out, like I can't do it because it's just like doom and gloom. That's then, and our governor's on every second talking about the more doom and gloom in our state. I just, guard your energy during this time too. You got to be mentally strong because it will drive you crazy and have you paranoid. And I did have a dream last night that for some reason, like, I had 100 masks and someone stole all of them and I didn't have any more. It's crazy. So you see what I'm saying? Crazy. It's crazy. So you have to tap out. So anyways, my welcome distraction I was going to say is before the 90 days fiance. Before the 90 days. 90-day fiance before the 90-day fiance before the 90 days. Season 1, I'm on season 1, so I'm on Hulu. So I'm starting at season 1 because I don't, like in and out, like I might have seen an episode here and there, but I'm starting from scratch and it's getting me through every night. It's like what I do. I settle down to before the 90 days, and I think love after lockup. I think I'm going to delve into that too. Now, that one I have watched like a season here and there, like 5 or 4, but I always then get back into work. And so when I'm working, I just don't have the time for that, like a lot of that mindless stuff. And I am working now too, by the way, just from home. But I'm where, you're in the hustle and bustle of the week, picking up the kids, doing this, picking up dinner, doing, you're so busy. You don't realize how busy you are. Also, another thing too, I do want to talk about this real quick. We are saving. I mean, a lot of us. I can't speak for everyone's situation, but a lot of us are saving so much money. Like wow. No, I'm not spending money on gas. I am still paying my card out, but I'm not no gas. Your insurance. My husband just figured out today, like if you're not really driving one of the cars, like we're really not. We're pretty much home. For the next month or so. Like you can do a month to month, but you can lower your insurance by telling them you're just storing one of the cars because you're not on the road. So that we saved quite a bit of money that way. And just like I eat a lot. I eat very well. I don't deprive myself when it comes to food. And so I eat like in the break, like I stop at like I'm a Tim Hortons, Starbucks girl in the morning. If I'm hungry at work, I'm going to eat. I don't eat. I eat pretty well at lunch too, Thai, and then we have like this really nice deli downstairs now in my job. So I eat well. And then dinner sometimes if I'm not cooking, I'll pick up. No, not even a thought. Not even a thought to it, nothing to it but to do it. And then my husband does the same. He's eating out too. So we have, look at that filling that's needed. I'm gonna have to start really popping these off, but they are really like sealed because I just got a fresh fill-in. So they're really sealed, so I'm like scared, but I'm gonna have to. Or do the glitter. Have you all seen it? They have the, I saw on whatever social media, some lady, she was like new style alert or whatever, and had glitter packed in the white part. It's my dog Bonnie. But anyways, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, that's all, guys. So that's enough for today. Thank you so much for lowering money. Like I'm saving so much money on food. Yeah, so we were probably spending like $400, at least $200 at least on food and Amazon. And just both now Amazon, I'm still ordering stuff because I can't go anywhere. So I have been ordering more things than I usually would, but mainly because I have so much extra money. Because a lot of those bills are gonna be put on hold. Like, listen. I will see you guys in 3 months, since I'm home for 3 months. But thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I know that was, again, a lot, but I'm going to get better because I'm doing one video a day until we're out of this situation. And then, you know, I'm just going to keep doing them. But this is like my start. Like, I'm trying to, like, build my muscle, getting used to it. And it was super easy to do today. I didn't even take a break. So thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Don't listen to people. Don't let people keep you from being safe. Take care of yourselves, guys. Peace.